Hey everybody, this is Dr. Jono from Gluck Orthodontics in Nashville, Tennessee. Today I'm going to talk to you really quick about palate expanders, specifically how to know if the turns you are doing on your expander are working properly. We do a lot of these in our office. This is a really common question that we get from parents who want to make sure that they're doing it the right way. So let me show you. I've got two things. The first is going to be a palate expander that is brand new. It has not been put in anybody's mouth, and it has not been what's called turned or open. So let's look at this. And what we're gonna look at is the middle part here, which is what we call the expander screw. And specifically the part in the middle, kind of right here, which is where you're gonna be doing your turns. I'm holding this little guy, that's what we call the key. And so every night when you do your turn, you're going to put the key somewhere around here and then make one rotation. What happens is every time you make a turn of that key, this side of the expander goes that way, and that side of the expander goes that way, and they follow these threads of this screw, which may be hard to see, but that's how that works. So this is an expander that's new, and you can see that everything here in the middle is touching. In our office, a lot of the times we will have patients turn their expander 40 times. It's 1/4 of a millimeter per turn, so that gets you 40 turns, that's 10 millimeters. So this expander, another sample, which I've just turned myself, shows one that has been turned 40 times, and you can see how now the threads of the screw are visible in the middle. This side has gone that way, that side has gone that way, and the overall portion here is much, much wider. So let's see if we can get both of them on the screen at the same time. See if we can get them in focus. There we go. And you can see the top one is an expander that has not been turned at all. That's a brand new one. And then the bottom one is an example where we've taken the expander, we've actually opened it for 40 turns. You can see how much wider it is and how the threads of the screw are more visible in the middle part of the expander except on the outside. So when you are turning your expander, your child's expander, this is a really great visual to know that you're doing it properly. And especially if you're supposed to turn the expander somewhere around, we'll say 32, 36, 40 turns, is knowing that at the end of all of your turns, you want something closer to this. And when the patient comes into our office, when they're done with their turns, we will take a look at their expander, make sure it's been opened properly before we do what's called sealing, where we'll actually take a little bit of composite glue and put it right here in the expander portion to keep it locked in place. So, hope this was helpful. A nice summary of how to tell the difference between an expander, sorry, we'll go this way again, between an expander on the top that has not been turned or opened at all. Let's get this in view, and then one on the bottom where it has been turned and you can see the difference. So thanks a lot.